is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Is that just because I didn't play fighting games? Anything known about me playing fighting games was completely rewritten in history as people decided that I would be the whipping boy of the internet. And that they would make This Is How You Don't Plays constantly to make fun of me. All of a sudden, the entire history of me being good at fighting games was erased. I never was good. It all was a farce. The placing at EVO is fake. All those tournament wins after EVO don't count or didn't happen. He never ran tournaments. He never made YouTube videos that anyone liked or Street Fighter. None of that happened. No. Phil was always a scrub in Street Fighter and is a terrible player and everyone should make fun of him. Well, isn't it funny now that now I'm actually playing Street Fighter 6 and doing well? And now they have to struggle to make their fucking bullshit compilations of only the moments that I get rage and not the entire, 3-hour segment of Street Fighter. Let's edit that down to 20 minutes of me being angry because I dropped an input or, some bullshit happened and I got upset, right? Not representative of the whole, but that's what they have to do because, they're scumbags who are trying to prove an agenda to get a laugh rather than actually being representative of the truth. So, things are definitely changing for the better in my opinion. I'm happy to bring fighting games back to the forefront.
I drink. Yes, I actually drink liquor.
This has been a good month overall. However, as you might have noticed in the last week, we had a significant decline in memberships. And because of that, the amount of revenue that I'm going to make this month is going to be a severe, sharp decrease from what I made last month. All right? This is fine. It's not the end of the world. But if you were thinking of supporting DsP Gaming, either today or Friday, a great way you could do that would be to become a member, to re-up your membership if it has elapsed, or to consider gifting some memberships to the community. Particularly today and Friday, I'm playing Street Fighter 6. When I play Street Fighter 6, we actually have more people on the streams than we usually do. So it would be a great opportunity if you wanted to help out not just, this channel, but the community at large, your fellow viewer, and those who enjoy the content as much as you do. This would be a great opportunity to consider gifting some memberships, all right? So thank you in advance to anyone who supports this channel. And I'm hoping maybe we could bolster some member numbers in the next couple of streaming days before we hit the month of July. Now, not to say it's the end of the world as well if something happens after that fact, because, for example, this coming Sunday, we got a marathon. Typically, during the marathons, we do see a good amount of support come out for the special event. And you might say, well, maybe it's coming then, so what's the big deal? Well, honestly, the big deal is anything that I make between now and Friday, I get paid for in July. Anything that I make in July, I don't get paid for until mid-August. See the difference? So, yeah, if we have like a rallying today and Friday, that's going to help me out in July a lot, and that's going to be great for the summer month as opposed to having to wait another month and a half. So, there you go. That's why I'm talking about it now.
Oh my god, he's drinking wheelchair donations.
In context, the whole thing makes sense, and you can see that I'm not insulting anyone. I'm not going out of my way to name drop anyone. It's literally an organic discussion with my audience. But taken out of context, which is all that my scumbag haters do, the whole thing does look like it's a slam piece against others. Like, I'm slamming everyone else out there for doing things a different way than the way that I do it, which I did not, okay? So, basically what happened was, well, of course one of my haters made a video like that, and all of my haters sent it to Asmongold and said, hey, because Asmongold does a whole segments of his streams where he reacts to stuff that people send him. So they said, hey, react to this, react to this, react to this, all right? So, he reacts to it, and it's about 20 minutes of him reacting to the clip. Now, of course, he's only reacting to what he sees, not to the whole conversation. So I agree, out of context, the conversation, it's made to look like I'm insulting others for doing things differently of how I do it, which is completely the opposite of what the discussion was, okay? But if you watch it, all right, basically, he's like, well, number one, if you play more games, or if you play more of a new release at launch, you're going to make more money. So if you play the hell out of a new release game at launch and you get through it, then you can take days off later in the week to spend with your family. And isn't it better to have entire days with your family than half days? Okay? It's a good point. That's a good point if it makes sense for a certain scale. All right. And the other points that he makes are basically like everyone has a right to do however they want. But then it's funny because some of the things in the video he outright laughs off and agrees with. He's like, yeah, Phil, now he's not entirely wrong. Some of the things he's saying are actually good points, right? Not to say that I was, everything that I said he agreed with. But essentially, here's the deal. Asmongold is a level-headed person.
I don't kiss ass. You guys know that. I do not kiss ass.
Unlike a lot of people who have seen clips out of context about me over the years, he did not go to the extreme. He did not flip out. He's basically watching this clip. And it's funny because if you watch the full react, you get to the end of it. And at the end of it, he literally says this. He goes, so let me get this straight. This is a hate video about Phil. It's literally made by his hate watchers. That's what I'm watching. It's not his stream. I'm watching a hate watcher video. That's what you guys sent me. He goes, and this stupid video has 500 comments on it. And he cracks up. He goes, damn, what a ridiculous situation. That these hate watchers literally just watch this guy to make shit like this. And then act like it's something it's not. And they 500 comments on a fucking worthless video. And he even says, why did you send me this? Why did I even watch this? There was no point. There's nothing to this video. It's a waste of time. It's obvious bullshit. Right? He's smart. He's fucking smart. He saw through the bullshit. He's like, what a dumb thing. You know? But that's the sad fact. That's the majority of stuff on the internet about me is that. It's people always spinning it to be something it's not, to take it out of context and misrepresent me. Asmongold's smarter than that. So he was able to look at it and be like, wow, it's a stupid bullshit.
Oh my God, he's drinking gin. Gin is great.
Anyway, here's the deal. I just summarized, alright? What I would like to do, and this is only if you guys would like me to, and this is up to you. What we can do is during this Sunday's marathon, I will do a live react to the Asmongold react. In which case, I can add the entire context to it. Meaning, instead of them cutting out half the fucking conversation, I can explain what the full conversation was, how it was in context, right? We can do that. It's up to you, though. But we don't have to do it. But I'm feeling that's the best time to do it. Because I was thinking about doing it on Saturday, but I was like, nah, people want me to watch the clips that they submit for DSP versus the internet. They don't want me taking up their time to do another random clip that's unrelated, right? So, it's up to you if you guys want it or not. But I think live reacting to what he's saying makes a lot of sense. Because the truth is, a lot of what he's saying is completely good and makes sense. If you're watching a video that's out of context, I'm not surprised he reacts that way, right?
So it's up to you guys. If you want it or not, let me know. But it wouldn't be too long. I mean, his video is 20 minutes long. So at most, my react would be probably like 30, 40 minutes long. And it wouldn't be a bad thing for the variety of the marathon to kind of throw it out there during the day. Plus, I'll be drinking. I'll be nice and loose anyway. So it should be a good thing to do, right? Like, dude, I'm disgusted at myself because I don't like people who act like that, and here I am being like that. Like, that's me right now.
Let's continue, shall we? That's all I have to say about that for now. I'm happy. Let me put it this way. I'm happy, and I will publicly say thanks to Asmongold for not overreacting and or reacting in a way that would cause drama. I think he did completely the opposite. He acted completely level-headed. He laughed at stuff and took it as a joke, which I'm glad he did. There was no malice intended in anything that I said towards him whatsoever. I even said a million times in that discussion there was none, even though idiots want to try to spin it that way, you know. And I'm glad that he got something out of it for his show as well. Good for him. And, you know, thanks for not being a jerk like so many people have to me on the internet. There's so many people who, they see an out-of-context clip like that and immediately, oh, DSP's an asshole. He's a piece of shit because he said this and this and this, when I literally didn't even say it. Like, I literally didn't even say that shit. It's all out-of-context nonsense that makes me look like a villain, and then they believe it's fact, and that's how most people hate me, because they see everything completely, you know, spun or fabricated in a way that's not true. So thank you for being a level-headed individual and covering it fairly. Thank you for that.
All right, I'm going to eat that snake. I'm going to suck it down. Ready? Watch this. Suck the snake whole. He just goes like this. He two-hands it, and he goes, oh, sucks it down for nutrients. It's really good. Yeah, suck the snake. Yum, yum, yum.
This is hilarious. Alright, this is hilarious because I have to address this because it's so stupid. Someone tipped $1 and says, you always say things are out of context, but all the clips about you are legit uncut clips from your streams with no editing whatsoever. You have no clue what context means, do you? Like, what you said in the tip is so incredibly stupid. It's remarkable how dumb you are to say that on my stream. Like, I'm not going to address it. Do you understand what context is? Context does not mean someone edited a clip so you're saying something you're not saying. That would actually be like dishonesty. That would be like, for example, you know, cutting up audio clips of someone saying a swear word they never said because they took little blips of things they said and edited it together to make it sound like it or something, right? That's not what I'm saying. Have you no idea what context is? Context means in the capacity of making sense in a line of discussion, something means one thing. But if you pull it out of that line of discussion, it means completely something else. An example here would be the Asmongold discussion. Number one, I never brought up Asmongold. A viewer did, right? I didn't know anything at all about Asmongold and his situation of streaming or what he played or anything, right? At all. That was someone bringing it up as a reference saying, oh, Asmongold's like that. So I'm taking someone's word for it. It wasn't a name drop. I didn't drop the name. A viewer did, but that's not in the clip. The clip cuts that part out where I'm reading off what the viewer said. That makes it out of context. That's not fair to me. Also, the line of discussion began when people were saying to me, Phil, the reason that people aren't really following along these RPG playthroughs is because you take too long to play the games. If you spent 3-4 days just playing these games as they released, then maybe you would actually get somewhere because you get really far into the games and get through most of them in a few days, and a lot of streamers do that. That was the discussion, and then my discussion was, well, here's why I don't do that. Because I have a work-life balance, because I have a schedule, because I'm a variety content creator that juggles multiple games. I would upset a lot of people if I only played one game for 3-4 days straight. Like, that was the conversation. In context, it makes sense. If you cut that whole early conversation out, all it sounds like is I'm criticizing others for doing things differently than the way that I do it, and I'm trying to say that my way is perfect. It's not. It works for me. It doesn't mean that it works for everyone else. But again, it's about doing it in context. And if you cut that out of context, it sounds differently than what it is. So I can't make you understand the concept of context, but your tip shows you have no idea what it is. And the fact that you just think that someone takes something that I said on a stream without editing it makes it truthful or makes it meaningful or makes it that, oh, so you said that, so therefore we didn't make anything up. It just shows how dumb you are. Yes, if you take someone out of context on purpose to make them look bad, that's disingenuous, and that's misrepresenting the person. You're a moron if you think otherwise. Fuck you.
Insult the viewer is when you go to the insult, you immediately negate any chance that you will be considered in any kind of a reasonable manner.
Wrong. Drew Diligence says, oh, it wasn't edited. It was a 15-minute clip with context. Wrong. Completely wrong. It was an edited video with detractor shit edited in. Stupid, embarrassing clips and things that I've said over the years edited in. Completely taking out segments. It didn't have the entire early discussion about why I was talking about it. It didn't have the part where the viewer mentioned Asmongold. It cut all of that out. You're a liar. Enjoy your permanent ban and don't come back. Boy, you're stupid.
Banned, 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 banned. Gone. Forever. Make money by any means necessary. Disrespect the audience by doing dumb shit, no meaningful content, just make a buck. Who cares what the fuck I have to do to make that buck? Sometimes Phil would insult other people or get into this really defensive mode where he would attack and just be very negative and toxic. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me. It's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone. Just gone like that. In an instant. Fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. By eBay. Contributions are mandatory. But I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity is the guy who just doesn't get reality.